Hi, good night. It's very late night. I decided to do this recording. Today, for the past few days, very hectic and a lot of revelations and mixed feelings, definitely. I see how God has placed people in my life and things happen, and I think all my sharing for the past 1 year has prepared me for this period of time. Because what struck me most is not just the readings, it's things that happen. My dad passed away on 16 June 2022. And you also have a closure to the unforgiveness, to things that happened in the family as he left the house, left the family 30 over years ago. 35 years. 35 years. And I've sort of blinded for 35 years. There's a lot in me that I fail to see. As I grow up being a father, being a family person, have a family, begin to see the struggle, the difficulties, and why husband fall, why I fall, why people fall, and why my dad fall. It's so easy to fall. I failed to see it. And I think the Lord has been giving us prophets, kings to lead us. What I was mentioning in the first readings and in the gospel readings, to really lead us towards realizing our faults, and actually that will make it easier for us to forgive others. Forgiveness is really open up the door for us in heaven. Let's start today's readings. Today we hear kings. God is reminding through the prophets, through the kings, how he has led the Israelites, the Jews, out of Egypt, and how the Israelites has continued again and again to sin, go against God, away from God, and in every generations it circles until someone is able to break it, and Jesus is here. Jesus broke that, and wanted to change people, because now we still sin, but hopefully with this revelation it will be much easier, much better. And the gospel reading from Matthew, we also brought to light how we sometimes blinded ourselves. We start pointing out people's fault. I think that will also make it very difficult for us to forgive others, and forgive ourselves. We should first recognize that we all sin. Sin is in within us. We open our hearts, open our minds, to let the Lord speak to us, to let God enlighten us and lead us nearer and nearer to Him. Let's really use this time to sit back, listen to God's words. And He's telling us some things that we have forgotten, or we chose to forget, chose to ignore. May He open our hearts to accept, to see things clearer to ourselves. As I shared earlier, reflection today, it's not really directly related to the readings but to my life. It's about forgiveness and sin. My dad passed away a few days ago, and the past just keep hitting me. Really try to it's not about the pain that struck me. Actually, it is a perception. It's a perception that he has abandoned the family, therefore I should dislike him, hate him, or things like that. But actually, God has still been loving me, and He has not forgotten about me throughout. And my life relatively is still easy going. It's not as bad. It was. His living did not impact me as much. If I come in from a biological perspective, then the hate shouldn't be so heavy, actually. But just the thought that the abandonment, but with his death, with his passing on, today reading remind me that I also sin. I shouldn't judge him using my own lens, because I too have my own sins. I too have let my family down and all. And I think everyone was for family, marriage, in own self. So I should not be so hard on myself, on him even. In this forgiveness is forgiving ourselves, forgiving him, that can release me and relieve me and really break all the bonds that has been shackled on my knees. Really move forward. I think going back to the week of guided prayer, I was staying still in one spot. I couldn't move, and no matter how much I desire Lord, I couldn't see his face, couldn't see his washing the feet and all. This really is letting go of this past. Let it pass, because really God has loved me still. Nothing less, although I become a single parent, he loved me nothing less, and he has given me, God has provided me with everything I would need was sufficient. It was really sufficient. Thank God for loving me and letting me know this very important revelation in my life. And as I should continue to change and be close to Him. This is what I will need. All this I pray in wonderful God. Amen.